How you guys doing? My name is Efren Johnson. I'd like to thank everybody for coming by, checking out my blog. I hope you guys have been enjoying everything I've been writing and the video I did yesterday. Today, I'm going to switch subjects. I'm going to get off the free agency period, and I'm going to go with the Summer League games that have been going on down in Orlando. There's been 8 teams down there playing. The Nets, the 76ers, the Magic, Thunder, Bobcats, Celtics, Pacers, and Jazz have all been down there. Now, the Summer League, a lot of people tend to think that's just, rookies coming out, getting their chance to, get ready for the season and for training camp. But actually, it's guys down there from, the D League and from overseas, and it's guys that have been in the league before, but, have gotten cut, excuse me, who's, got an invite to come to Summer League and get a chance to get an invite to a training camp. But with that said, I'm just going to really focus on the rookies. I'm really going to focus on some of the standout rookies that have been, playing really, really good. And, some of the guys that got picked, in the top 5. And I'm going to start off with Damon James. He's playing for the Nets. He's averaging about 18.8 points a game, about 5 rebounds. He's shooting 46% from the field, shooting 40% from the three-point line, and 56% from the free throw line. He played at Texas last year. He's I believe he's a very good basketball player. He's about 6'7", so he's not really going to play in the post in the NBA. So seeing that he has a jump shot and, he can stretch, the defense and things like that is really, really good. One thing that I thought I really wanted to see from him is rebounding a little more. He's about 6'7" to 6'8", so I figured he could probably get about 7 or 8 rebounds. The points are there, and he has to be able to shoot free throws. You got to be able to shoot free throws in this league. That's anybody, because you're going to get fouled. You got to go to the line and knock down free points for your team. But all in all, I think he had a very good summer league. And it was one game he had 30 points. I saw him play in about 2 games. He shot the ball from the floor very well, I thought. So that's something that we really didn't get to see from him in college. We saw a little bit last year, but especially when Kevin Durant was there, we really didn't get to see that. We saw more of a rebounder. And, I like to see more rebounding out of him. The second guy I'm going to talk about is Luke Herringody. He's playing for the Celtics. A lot of people might not know about him, but, a lot of people do because his unorthodox style. His shot is, a little on the weird side, I guess you could say. It's not textbook. But he had a great summer league. I mean, he averaged 16 points, about 7 rebounds. He shot 47% from the field, 50% from the three-point line, and he shot 77% from the free throw line. With that right there, those are great numbers right there. I mean, honestly, I didn't think that he would be able to play in the league because in college he kind of played with his back to the basket. He was kind of a low post player, but he played very well in college. He's more of a hustle player, what we like to call a blue collar player. He'll go out there. He'll give you energy. He'll get on the boards. He'll do the little things to make sure that your team wins. And every team needs somebody like that on their roster. But the thing that really stuck out for me is that he shot 50% from the 3-point line, and he didn't just shoot 1 or 2 threes, anything like that. He shot 3 or 4 threes a game. So seeing that from him was very good. I watched him play in about 2 or 3 games. Even the games where he didn't shoot well, he crashed the boards. He did other things to make sure his team got the victory. So that's always good. The coaching staff is always looking for guys like that. So I think he had a really, 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 really solid summer league. The third guy we'll talk about is Paul George for the Pacers. A lot of people don't know about him. I think he played at either Mexico or Mexico State. I'm not sure. But he averaged 15 points. And what I was impressed about is he had about 8 rebounds a game. The thing that I wasn't impressed about is his shooting from the field. He was shooting about 33% from the field and 15% from the 3-point line. But he did shoot 86% from the free throw line. His game is kind of like Danny Granger's. I look at those 2 guys as being almost the same player. The thing that he has to definitely do is get his field goal percentage up. But the thing that I liked about him, he's very athletic, he's active, he can rebound, and he goes to the basket. and of course, shooting 86%, he's a very good free throw shooter, so that's great too. He got a lot of his points from the free throw line. So, I thought that was very, good for a rookie, to attack the basket instead of settling for jump shots. So, that was something that was real good, and I'm sure the Pacers coaching staff really liked. The next guy I'm going to talk about is actually his teammate, Lance Stevenson. He played his college ball in Cincinnati. He averaged, here in Summer League, he averaged about 15 points a game. He shot 73% from the field, which I thought was great. He only shot one 3-point basket, which I thought was real good too. A lot of guys tend to settle for a 3, and you don't really need to do that. He shot 71% from the free throw line. The thing I like about him is that he attacks. We all know the Pacers are looking for a point guard, so maybe he's a really good fit for them. One thing that I think that he needs to work on is sometimes he's out of control a little bit. He tends to go real fast, but his game, since I've seen him play in high school, his game has always been, NBA. It just had NBA written all over it. I think that's why college last year, he played pretty good, but a lot of people didn't think he would come out because he didn't have a great season of college. But, like Derrick Rose, his game is more NBA, ready, more NBA style than college. So, but he had a very strong summer league, and I saw him play a game. He went to the basket, he scored, he did a lot of things. He's quick too, so that's great. The next guy that I will talk about is Derek Favors. That's the number 3 pick for the Nets. I wasn't really too high on Derek Favors coming out of college, but he definitely changed my mind with summer league. He averaged 10 points and about 7 rebounds. He shot 46% from the field. He shot 64% from the free throw line, which isn't bad for a big man, but of course you would love to see that number go up maybe into the 70s. But I saw him, he showed me a lot. He showed me his game with his back to the basket. He has a nice mid-range game as well. And I saw him have one tremendous dunk over someone where he took one dribble, he jumped from about where the dotted lines were, and he dunked it with 2 hands. It was an amazing play. I was like, wow, the whole time. But he's definitely a guy that's going to take time to develop. You'll see, him definitely developing into a good power forward in this league. I think one thing I like to see him also up would be his shot blocking. I don't even think he averaged a block a game. You'd like to see him active on the defensive end more so than the offense, at least right now. Because when he goes and plays in the season next year, he's not going to be like the go-to guy. Because you have Lopez there as a low post presence, so he's going to need some help. Especially on the defensive end. The next guy I want to talk about is Gordon Hayward. That's a Jazz pick. I saw him play 2 games, I believe. He averaged 10.8 points a game. And he averaged about 3 rebounds. He shot 61% from the field. Shot 33% from the 3-point line. I thought he would shoot a little higher than that, but he shot 92% from the free throw line. And one thing I liked about him, he attacked a lot. It was no game where he shot more than 5 shots from the field. A lot of his points came from the free throw line, and shoot 92%. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go to the basket and get fouled. I think the NBA game and the college game really affects him because it's so much different. But he's learning. Every game I saw him play, it looked like he was improving on things. Getting loose. Without the ball and things like that. Next person I'm going to talk about is Evan Turner, our 2nd pick in the draft this year. I think the 76er fans are kind of like, wow, what's going on with him? But, I don't think you guys should be, scared or anything like that. He's the type of guy that's used to having the ball in his hands. He averaged 9 points, 5 rebounds. He shot 33% from the field, 25% from the 3-point line. But he was 100% from the free throw line. But the thing that everybody has to understand is he went from in college being a primary ball handler to a guy now who has Drew Holiday playing the point guard, who he needs to play the 2. He's gonna have to learn how to get free without the ball. He's just used to having the ball in his hand, so doing that transition is going to be a little hard on him. But Philly fans, definitely don't worry. He's going to be a great basketball player. He's compared to Brandon Roy already, and he has a great mid-range game, which I love. Hey, that's going to do it. I want to thank everybody for tuning in once again, and you guys be safe. Peace.